Gravel is being dumped from a conveyor belt at a rate of 3 meter cube per minute, and its coarseness is such that it forms a pile in the shape of a cone, whose base diameter and height are always equal. How fast is the height of the pile increasing when the pile is 3 meter high? Okay, let's write all the information that we get from this problem here. It is being dumped at a rate of 3 meter cube per minute. Okay, so the volume of this cone is increasing with a rate of dV dt here. dV dt is equal to 3 meter cube per minute. Okay, and then what else? It is a cone. Yeah, we know that that is a cone. However, we need to know that a cone, the cone volume here is 1/3 multiplied by pi multiplied by the radius of the base multiplied by its height, and the radius is squared like this. Okay, and we will have this one here is our r, but then we are given that the base diameter here is always equal with its height, right? So if this is r, this is also r, and this 2r here is the diameter, and that means that 2r is equal to its height, which is this one here, 8. Okay, so we know that we have another relationship here, which is, what is it? 2r is equal to h, or I can rewrite it as r is equal to 1/2 of 8. Okay, and then we can substitute this radius into this formula here. So we will have v here is equal to 1/3 multiplied by pi, and then r squared. So we'll have 1/2 here multiplied by multiplied by h squared, and then multiply it by h. Okay, let's take this out. So I have 1/3 multiplied by pi multiplied by 1/4, and then h squared multiplied by h. So we will have the volume here, P is equal to 1/12, and then multiplied by pi, and then h to the 3rd power. And that is the final volume formula. But here we are given that dV dt here. We can derive this with respect to t. Okay, so let's take the derivative of this with respect to t. Let's do that. Take derivatives with respect to t. And on the left hand side, we obviously have dV dt here, dV dt. And on the right hand side, I can use the power rule to differentiate this. So we'll have 1/12, and then pi, and then multiplied by 3h squared. But then that is the derivative of v with respect to h. To get dV dt, we multiply this by dh dt. Right? And then we will have this one here. 3 and 12 will cancel into 4. Okay, maybe let's clean this up and let's continue in another slide. Okay, now this becomes dV dt here, dV dt, and this will equal to, I will have pi over 4 multiplied by h squared, and then dh dt. And then the question is asking us about how fast is the height of the pile is increasing. So we need to find out this dh dt, right? So we will have dh dt here. Let's isolate that, dh dt. That will equal to 4 divided by pi, and then h squared here, and then multiplied by dV dt. Okay, now all that we need to do is plug in when h is equal to 3 meter, right? So we'll have h is equal to 3 meter into this equation. Okay, let's clean this up here. So now we can just input when h is equal to 3. When h is equal to 3 here, and how to write that? I will have dh dt when h is equal to 3. Okay, so we will have 4 and then divided by pi, and then h is 3, so I have 3 squared, and then dv dt is the debit of this sand here or the gravel, and that will be 3 meter cube per minute. So I'll have this multiplied by 3. Okay, and then we will have this one here, so we'll have 12 divided by pi multiplied by 9. I think we can divide both sides here by 3, so we'll have 4 and we will have 3, or we can have 4 divided by 3 pi, and the unit here will be meter per second. However, I want to get the decimal values of this one here, and that will equal to, okay, let's plug this into calculator. So we will have the fraction 4 divided by 3 multiplied by pi. Okay, and I will have 0.424. Okay, 0.424, and the unit here will be meter per second, and that is approximately, right? And I think that's all for this problem. Hopefully I did not make any mistakes during my calculation. And for this, thank you for watching. If you get any question, send me your problem to rdsatria11@gmail.com. If your question is interesting, I might make a video about that later, right? Okay, once more, thank you for watching. Do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comments. And see you in the next video. Bye bye.